Hello everyone, welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. Last time, we met up with the Rito people. We helped Medley make her way into the temple, but we felt kind of bad leaving her by herself, so we chased in after her, and we are now in the Dragon Roost Caverns. So we're going to make our way through the dungeon and see if we can't help her out, because, well, I just have a bad feeling that something bad's going to happen to her by herself. I mean, she doesn't even have a sword. And right away we can see that, well, there are bad guys here. So, it's probably a bad idea for her to come in here by herself, no matter what. Got it just in time. So we have these jars here with the drop of water symbol, and those guys are, they have water in them. Right now we have to find a key because this door is locked. So let's figure out what we're going to do. Up here we can see that there are two torches, and in between them there's a platform. Sort of a little altar looking thing. I'm guessing we're going to light some torches. Now, as with the Ocarina of Time, the torches will go out if the sticks, they'll go out if you take too long. But we have ourselves a treasure chest. So we have a small key. It can open locked doors only in this dungeon. Now, something I will say about this level in particular, this first dungeon that we're tackling right now, it's a really big dungeon for being the first dungeon of the game. And to be honest with you, it's kind of a tough one. This is probably the toughest first dungeon of any Zelda game I've ever played. So clearly, we have to make our way up there somehow. And there's, that lava that's coming out of the ground, and it sure looks like that's going to play a part coming up in some way, shape, or form. Well, the first thing we're going to do is, well, we can't go that way because it's locked, so we have to come this way instead. And if any of you watched my Link to the Past video, there's a big difference between that game, my experience with that game, and my experience in this game. I've played this game a lot more than I played Link to the Past. Not saying that I think Link to the Past is a better game or anything. I mean that this game is better than Link to the Past. I've just played this game more. I've played it more times. So, played it a few times with the Wii U, and I've played it a bunch of times for the GameCube. So, I'm a little more familiar with this game. And by no means am I an expert, but I have more or less the same philosophy when it comes to dungeons, and that is get what you need. You don't really need the map, you don't really need the compass. It's a little more useful in this game for sure than it is in Link to the Past, but I can't really say that it's a crucial item by any means. But we're gonna do our best to try to grab everything. Oh, come on. Well, that's obnoxious. That's okay. We got a little red jelly. Red jelly. That's a mixture of chew and jelly, and it forms the word jelly. as with my Ocarina of Time, I mean, Link to the Past playthrough, I like to be at full hearts at all time. It's just, I particularly like it. That didn't kill him? Interesting. That should do the trick. I'll take that, thank you. And yeah, so there's this new thing where enemies are hiding in the jars. So that can be a bit of a pain in the butt. So, right. Oh, crap. Chew. Yeah, I'll take that. Alright, so we got ourselves a small key that we can use. If you remember, oh, take that then. So we're here now. Yeah, there we go. That'll work, right? So we have this key and we can... I don't remember... Yeah, that's the same door though. Okay, so we just made a big circle. And that's okay. That's actually what I was thinking about doing anyway. So with this new key that we have, we go through this new door. Remember this place for later because I don't know how that possibly could have hit me, but whatever. So yeah, we need to, obviously we can't get over there yet, but we need to for later. We'll remember where this room is. Yeah, we were all over the place with that, weren't we? You definitely want the chew jelly. I mean, it's definitely something you... I wish there was a killing blow like in Ocarina, like in Twilight Princess. I really always like that killing blow. That you just jump up in the air and stab them down with the sword. That was always one of my favorite things to do. No such thing in this game, that's fine though. So yeah, we're outside now, believe it or not, and this is indeed part of the dungeon. Let's take a look at our map. It's part of the dungeon, so yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely an interesting design, and you know, I have no problem with it. I kind of like it. Um, but yeah, you can actually, when you jump in the water, you actually don't exit the dungeon. You end up back at the last entrance. So having a sword battle on a bridge that is held up by a rope, in my opinion, is not such a good idea. Did you just kick me? Yeah, get out of here. But yeah, I mean, you can actually cut these. Yeah, and it actually leans, it tips over. So if you cut all the rope, the bridge will fall. So that's a really cool little bit of something you need to keep an eye on. It's cool, but at the same time, it's dangerous. If you cut all the rope from one side, you'll definitely slide off. So let's get through this area quick before the lava shoots out. And we're about to encounter our first bird enemy, the rocks. The Kagaroks, I think they're called. Yeah, it's one of my least favorite enemies. Just the sound they make and everything about them is annoying. You'll get to hate them as much as I do later on when we take on certain little side quests and other missions that we need to do, where those guys become a real pain. So we need to make our way across this super quickly before, burst into flames. Alright, there's nothing we can do about that. It's just a big rock. Yeah, so this is how you get across this area. He's got some upper body strength, Link, for being such a small young child. Yeah, so that looks easy, but I guarantee you, if you've never done that before, it's definitely not as easy as it looks. And we're back inside. I don't think I ever noticed this before. What is that? Can one go in there? I actually never have noticed that before. I really haven't. What is that? Is that like a rat hole? Seems like it's... You should be able to get out of there somehow. Oh well. So we need to slide these blocks out. I don't remember the exact order. But I guess I did it. We just need to make it so we can form a little ladder and get up there. Oh, right. Rats. So the King of Red Lions is going to tell me that you can actually be nice to these guys and they'll sell you stuff if you throw bait at them. And I guess I have no choice but to listen. Have you seen any filthy thieving rats around? Yeah, they're annoying, but keep your wits about you. They're only rats. If you spread bait near their nest, they may share their treasure with you. Why don't you try it? Well, first of all, I'm not interested in dealing with rats. Second of all, they overcharge you for crap. So you know how you get 3 pieces of bait for 30 rupees from Beetle? These guys will charge you 40 rupees for the 3 pieces of bait. So, as far as I'm concerned, not worth it one bit. And I'd much rather just kill them. So... yeah, apparently these pieces of wood are extremely combustible. That if you can just throw a stick at them, that's a stick that's on fire, it'll automatically burst into flames. So be warned about that wood, I guess. But we have ourselves the key. We can move on. And yes, we're back outside. Well, we could definitely fight the guy, or we can just move on with our lives. And to be honest with you, I don't see a reason why we need to fight him. So we're going to make our way over here. That's so creepy to me. Their creepy little eyeballs. Yeah. How they open and they just look at you. But here we have a new thing that we haven't seen before. It's an item orb. And if you break it, you get all kinds of goodies. So it's always worth, in my opinion, to get a little bit of that action. Oh, we got another joy pendant. This is, I mean, it's great. But I wanted to do this first. I wanted to kill those guys first before I try to light these up. Just because they're annoying and they get in the way. So once we light this, we can light this on fire. And, oh, I think this one and this one. There we go. There's nothing else here of note, so let's just make our way through. And we see one of these pots. If you paid close attention, there's one at the entrance of this dungeon, and what happens is you jump in this one and it'll warp you to the beginning of the map of the dungeon, so that's kind of cool. There's the cage we saw at the beginning, and there's the lava that we saw. How did it? Wow, what is going on? That was really weird. So let's go ahead and do that just so we can have a little bit of a shortcut if we ever need to go back to the entrance of the town. I don't think it hurts to have that option available. So we'll quickly make our way across the bridge. I don't like being on bridges. In real life it's fine. I'm just saying in this game because fighting on them it's a pretty bad idea. Great, we're locked in. And that's fine. Well, let's see. The gates didn't open. And usually you have to defeat all the enemies for the doors to open, right? So I imagine that there are more enemies here, but we don't see any. Well, they're hidden in the pods. So let's just break up all the pods. Why these guys are hidden in the pods? It's a good question. I think it's really weird that not only are they in there, but I guess they're sleeping. How do they fit? You know what? Just the whole thing is weird. Just sitting perfectly in a sitting position inside the pot. Inside the jar. I don't know. I call them pots. Are they jars or pots? Does it really matter? I don't know. Either way, the door upstairs opened, the door downstairs opened, and we got a joy pendant. Not necessary to progress to the room, since the door's open with the us killing the enemy, but we got a treasure chart. So, like every other treasure chart, you open it when you're at sea. You can locate a hidden treasure, which is nice. Like I did say about this game, as opposed to Link to the Past, the compass does tell you where treasures are. It doesn't just tell you that the boss is on this particular floor, third floor, but before you can see there are 2 treasure chests. There's another treasure chest on the 2nd floor, and there's yet one more treasure chest on the 1st floor. And we still haven't reached the 4th, but there are no treasure chests there. But it's just, I think, a really cool addition, you know, that they hadn't done in some of the older games. But yeah, these guys are really annoying. I don't enjoy fighting them. He gets out of my way. Okay, well. They're very glitchy, and that makes them really hard to fight. And of course I jumped in. Of course. And he's going to be back. Because that's what happens when you fall into the lava. I mean, it's annoying. No question. This is going to be the death of me. So what I really want to do is... Come on, don't jump in. Great. Alright. Well, they will respawn very quickly, so we don't have much time to waste. So what we need to do is grab one of these jars full of water, wait for that thing to cool off, and jump on top. Hopefully I did it close enough. Yeah, that's good. That's going to be good enough. We create a little platform to shoot ourselves up, and we need to jump off of it. There we go.